Welcome ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this game between DUCKVILLELOL in the red trunks and Swift in the blue trunks. Both players are playing Protoss and we're on Tal'Darim altar. DUCKVILLELOL is in the northeast position while Swift is in the southwest position, so players are spawning cross positions. Due to the large ground and air position between both players, we can expect a nice long macro game between each player. The player's natural is rather close to their main, with a large ramp which is rather accessible. It will require a significant force or a lot of sentries to block off. Now we see DUCKVILLELOL's probe already beginning to scout, and it looks like he is going to the top left position first, but you will not find anything. Both players are chrono boosting probes out, as you would expect at the beginning of the game. No saving chrono boost for any cheeses, obviously. Swift has placed down a gateway at 12, so he is starting to pull slightly ahead of Duckville, with Duckville placing his gateway down at 13. If we take a quick look at the units, we can see both players have the same amount of probes, so no lead has been established by either. A simulator going down for both players, so pretty standard openings. Duckville's probe will move to the bottom left position and start scouting Swift's base. No scout from Swift as of yet, but we should be able to expect one soon. There it goes, meeting just as he leaves. Duckville taking in all he can see. Cybernetics core going down for Swift. Gateway just finishing for Duckville. And we can see Cybernetics core also going down for Duckville. So Swift has a slight advantage in Zealot build time and Cybernetics core, so Swift will be able to get his warp gates out a lot quicker. Duckville's probe is still in Swift's base. He hasn't been able to deal with that, but the Zealot is waypointed to chase him down, so he won't be able to live that much longer. Zealot gives chase. Cybernetics core almost finished for Duckville. Another gateway going down, another two gateways going down for Swift, and we can see warp gate technology being researched. Swift's probe soon to arrive at his base, and see that Duckville is building a robotics facility, so Immortals, Observers and mid-game Colossi can be expected. Duckville is beginning his warp gate research, and that probe in Swift's base still refusing to die. It's getting plenty of scouting information. He can see the three gateways and the cybernetics core, so he may start assuming there is some early pressure. Swift just scouting around to see if there's anything being placed that he's missed. Warp gate research halfway there for Duckville. Robo facility has finished. He doesn't have the money or population count for Immortal, but there we go. Pylon will be placed down. Pylon's finished and Immortal training will commence. We also have a Stalker on the way for Duckville, as we do with Swift. We see a robotics facility go down for Swift later than Duckville's though, so Duckville does have the advantage in this case. We take a look at the units. Swift has a 1 probe count, now a 2 probe lead. On the field we have a Stalker for Duckville and 1 single Zealot for Swift. Warp gate has finished for Swift, so we may start seeing some pressure, even though there is no forward pylon. Stalker and Immortal out on the field, as you can see. Still no pressure from either players. Seems Swift is favouring a fairly heavy Zealot composition. 4 Zealots to a single Stalker. Duckville has 2 Stalkers now on the field with an Immortal. No Zealots, just transforming his gateways into warp gates. We can see a robotics facility going down for Duckville. So Colossi will be coming out on the field shortly. He does have the minerals and the gas for it. Probe going around just to see what he can see, possibly putting down the pylon to start applying some pressure. Observer coming out on the field for Duckville. Zealot legs being researched for Swift, so we can see he will be going with a primarily Zealot force, 2 more Zealots being warped in, Observer being built, so both players will be able to scout and receive what each player is doing. Gateways are almost finished for Duckville. Pylon placed down by the Zelnaga tower, possibly for scouting or possibly for pressure. Only time will tell. Observer for Swift is moving out, going to start scouting, and he's going to look for proxy pylons, which there aren't any. Duckville's Observer, not ready for the, not like in the air, going to go back home where it's nice. We can see Duckville is going to put down an expansion as soon as he has the minerals for it. Pylon is being placed down, so and the force is being moved to cover the ramp. Probe mining just to pass the time. Observer for Swift still making its way across the field, and he will see that expansion go down in due time. Still nothing from this pylon, so it does seem like it's just there for scouting. Observers pass each other, and we see a nexus being placed down at Duckville's natural. No expansion for Swift as of yet, so providing no pressure comes from Swift, Duckville will have the economic advantage. Ground weapons level 1 being researched, and we have our first Colossus out on the field for Duckville. No extended thermal lance yet. He does have the minerals and gas for it. Not anymore. 3 more stalkers being warped in, and another observer. So it seems like he'll have a scouting observer and an army observer to snipe others. We see Swift moving his army forward, so pressure may start to be applied. Those zealots do have zealot legs, and looks like it'll be a timing push, just in time for weapons level 1. There we go. Observer being sniped of Swift. Zealots going into the stalkers. Colossi are kiting the zealots. More zealots have been warped in for Duckville. Swift is targeting the zealots, but there is too much fire on his immortals, and his mortals go down, and that push was easily repelled. We can see the expansion for Swift is halfway done, but there is the probe transfer for Duckville, so Duckville does have the advantage. Forge is researching ground weapons level 2, and that robotics facility continues to churn out immortals. It's surprising he is not going into Colossi tech. More Zealot warp-ins here, so he is keeping with the fairly heavy Zealot force, it appears. Observer sees the expansion, and it looks like Duckville is moving in to apply some pressure, since he defeated that early attack, and he knows his forces won't be enough. Observer is in the mix, just to snipe any others. Stalkers leading the way. And here we have it. Not sure if Swift will be able to repulse this. Immortal's targeting the Immortal, with the Zealots going into the mix, taking out the Stalkers. Colossi are targeting the Nexus and the Zealots. Will he be able to get this? No, he won't. He may be able to get this Nexus just before the Immortals take down the rest of them. 2 sentries are in the mix for Swift. More Zealots being taken in. Oh, Colossi goes down. Can he save the other one? Yes, he can. Great defense there by Swift, but the Nexus is extremely weak. Assimilator's going down. And we see another Colossus is on the way, with 2 more warp gates for Duckville. We see a second robotics facility going down for Duckville, so the Colossi production will be able to be constantly kept up, providing he has a gas income. And as we can see, he has 4 geysers, which are fully saturated. His main is almost out of minerals. His natural is getting saturated, so we may see him move to his second expansion, third base, relatively soon. Stargate going down for Swift, so possible Phoenix harassment of Duckville's mineral lines or Void Ray play. No more